final stop on the trip before we head back to Athens airport is to Nafplio. Back in school for a year, I studied ancient history, and I remember learning about the Spartans, who were the real warriors of ancient Greece. And here we are, or here I am, nearly 50 years later. I'm at the ancient city of Sparta, where it originated. So this is remains of a basilica, and then around the back here we're heading up to what I think is the remains of the Acropolis. So I'm really happy to be here. And we've come across these excavations here, and it looks like what they've found is the ancient theatre, the sort of semicircular theatre. So you've got the modern town of Sparta sitting there in the background. Doesn't look quite as attractive as the ancient one, even though the ancient one is pretty knackered. The other thing about Greece, driving around the Peloponnese, everywhere is mountainous. Big mountains. And we've already got some thunderstorms. We've just had a warning actually over the cell phone for thunderstorms this afternoon. But I don't know whether you can see, but crisscrossing up the side of this mountain is a very precarious looking road that I don't think I would want to drive up. On our way over from Githio to Nafplio now, and Nafplio is way in the distance over there. And we've got to come down this spaghetti-like road to drop down and then go around the Gulf. The old town of Nafplio was lovely. Really nice, attractive little alleyways and big squares. Lots of people bustling around, beautiful seafront. And where we stayed was right in the centre of the old town. So we managed to sit ourselves outside our apartment for a pre-dinner drink in one of these lovely little alleyways. And then if you turn in the other direction, that's the view you got of a restaurant and another beautiful view down the alleyway. And the selection of restaurants was really great. So we had some nice food there, a little bit more expensive than the other places that we'd been, but that was okay. And great selection of bars to finish off the night with an ouzo as well. Final ouzo in Greece. Very nicely served with a little individual portion of nuts and 2 or 3 icebergs to put in.
An individual bottle.
And a nice individual bottle of ouzo, which is now, one of the icebergs is in the ouzo and slowly turning it cloudy. Vassie is not partaking. We've been walking for about an hour since our dinner, and she's still feeling full. I was going to say stuffed, but
The portions were double.
yeah.
But it was so delicious you have to eat it.
Okay. Bye-bye from Greece. On the way back to Athens to drop the car, we stopped off at Epidaurus. That's the English pronunciation.
Epidaurus.
Epidaurus. And this theatre was built, I reckon, 400 years before Christ. So it's pretty ancient, and it's amazingly well preserved. So they reckon it can seat 12,000. And it's still used. Yeah, so this is less than the Sparti one, which was 17,000. But I guess this one is intact. The Sparta one definitely is not. So what you've got here is the remains of the building work behind the stage. And then this is one of the entrances that people used to come in through before they clambered up. Apart from the VIPs who sat on the front row and had backrests, as my companion will demonstrate.
They have a back.
There you go, the VIP.
There's only one seat actually preserved. Everything else is missing the back. This is the only one.
Climb to the top, got our breath back. This is spectacular. Can you imagine that they built this so long ago? And they used to gather here to watch performances. It's amazing. And now the area around here is completely empty. There's nothing. Amazing how civilization shifts, eh? In addition to the theatre, there's quite a lot of other buildings on this site. It's quite extensive. And this is the stadium where they did the athletic events. And this is pretty well maintained with these seats up either side. Gives you an idea of what it would have been like. And that's the starting line where those posts are. They used to sprint down to the other end. I'll just give you a quick pan around as well, just so you can see the extent of the site. It used to be a healing centre, so people used to come here from all over Greece. So there's sort of old accommodation buildings, there's bathhouses, there's eating places, temples. Almost at the airport, but we've stopped at the Corinth Canal. So this separates the Peloponnese from the mainland. Obviously it's man-made and it's pretty narrow, so it's fairly useless now from a commercial sense, but this yacht is doing us a favour by coming through so I can take a video.